What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. So I wanted to make a follow-up video on the Prime 1 Kong bus because there's been, some controversy on this particular piece. Another fellow YouTuber, Virtual Devil, got his, also from Resin GK, and he wasn't happy at all with it. And, my review, I gave it, I think, an 8 or an 8.5 out of 10 initially. Sometimes when you get a piece, you are overly excited. You may oversee some things your initial review, and oftentimes I'll be reviewing a piece and all of a sudden later I find out, oh shoot, forgot to mention that. So, I did mention a few things in my video on, things I didn't like about the bust. In particular, the eyelashes are done terrible. And I think the teeth should have been acrylic. They shouldn't be, that just resin teeth. And one of the, there's a few big concerns from Virtual Devil. One is the cut in the lip, which I'll talk about. He didn't like the eyelashes. He also thinks the paint app and the fur is just color downgrade from the prototype, which it definitely is. When I look at the prototype, it's definitely not the same colors. The face paint app is not as good. Even one thing I noticed here on like my Kong, statue right here, like we'll just take off this head. You notice like these pink areas. In this one, obviously, you can see there's no cut in the lip. He doesn't even really have eyelashes or eyebrows on this, but you can see all that pink on it. Which is actually how they had the bust. The bust did have a lot of that pink in the original prototype. And so, if we look at this, it does have some pink, like right there. You can see some scarring right there, but it's definitely not as prominent as the prototype. And the hair. So the hair on mine is really a mix of grays, browns, and that's pretty much it. Maybe a little bit of black in there, but it's really just grays and browns, which for me, honestly, I'm fine with the hair color. I got no issues. If you compare it next to that Kong bus or Kong statue, that one's actually just browns. There's no grays. This one, he's a little bit older though. I don't know, was it like, I think 30 or 40 years passed from that movie to this movie. So, understandably, he gets the grays. But, check out this Kong. I can't remove that head easily, so I'm not going to. But here is the whole lip cut. So, I agree that should not be cut. I think if they did the lip and had the tooth going over it, the silicone would probably get damaged. That is my guess on the reason Prime 1 didn't do it. I still think they could have did it better. My big thing with the mouth is like, if you pull that, look at that. I feel like I could literally just remove these teeth if I wanted to. But when it's not sitting there, look at how there's just a gap, there. No, you can try to, yeah, that's kind of the best it looks. Obviously, it's a cut. It's not as bad on mine, I think, versus, Virtual Devil's. He also had like a tear in his silicone right here, which mine doesn't have. Of course, you don't want to be opening the mouth too much. And that's probably how it got torn, is because they opened it so much and tore it. I think you probably could remove the teeth because that's obviously how they inserted it. I'm not going to remove mine. I think if I was to let's say I want to gloss those teeth up, I'd probably just pull it out a little bit and then gloss, up these teeth. But yeah. It definitely should not have that for the price. I will say that. Prime 1, for all their life-size busts, I think there's been quite a bit downgrade. I think the only one that's truly turned out close to the prototype was the Independence Day bust. At least that I've seen in person. So I've only seen Independence Day bust, which I thought was pretty good. And then the Fugitive Predator bust, which I also have issues with. And I'll go over and show you real quickly why. So I want you guys to go and look at Cisco's video at Wonderfest of this bust. Now, the armor, the helmet, it's all fine. I have 3 concerns with this bust. On the original prototype, this was hand-painted, not decals. It looked a lot better. Secondly, the eyes are decals. Those should be painted. They're painted or just glass eyes, like heck, my cool props, it look a lot better. You know, like the Prime 1 decal. Now, I don't know if this is a glass eye, but it looks like one and it looks good. Secondly, look at that inner mouth detail. First off, I added gloss. This was not glossy at all. But as you can see, it's really just pink gums with zero detail. Even the teeth don't have a ton of detail. On the prototype, they actually had like a lot of intricate little veins, and the teeth looked almost acrylic. It looked a lot better, like night and day difference. Like this looks like a recast of the prototype. Like literally a recast, you know, and then that one only cost, what was it, like $1,600 plus shipping. So it's a little bit more forgivable, but still huge downgrade in my opinion, when the prototype looked amazing. And that's what you pre-order statues off of. You know, a company needs to strive to make the production as close to the prototype as possible, if not better, like what J&D did with their Wonder Woman. Now that's one big thing with J&D I like, is you can expect at least proto quality, if not better, with your production. So yes, they're very expensive, but you know when you order it, you're going to get exactly what you see, if not better. Kong bust from a distance, you know, he looks pretty good. He doesn't look good down low. But, I mean, it's unfortunate I can't display both these busts, you know, right there and have this in the middle. I just can't do that with King Ghidorah. He's just so big. But overall, I do think Prime 1 did bend us collectors over and just take advantage of us. The base is cool. Overall, all the fur I don't have a big issue with, but I do have issues with those eyelashes, and in general, the whole mouth area I don't like. I think they did a bad job on it. So I think if I could revise my review, I'd probably put it at a 6 out of 10. You know, I think in general, the silicone is pretty good. Like, it is detailed. The eyes are good. Overall, I'm fine with the fur. Also, he had an issue with the eyebrows. I don't even look at those. Let's look at those eyebrows. Yeah, they're okay. They're not very good. It's okay. It's not super good. You know, but the chest, all the general fur does look good. The fur from right there to there is different color, and it's not different color on like the statues. So I think I would have preferred that to be the same color. It's a lot more grays right there, you know, than the top of his head. I think they should have just kept it the same color. The eyes are good, but they're just so hard to see. Yeah, the lip cut is definitely a pretty big issue. You know, and one of the other big issues I have is the fact that, you know, Virtual Devil posted in their Facebook group about this, and all they did is remove the message and ban him. That is just another kick in the nuts to a collector, especially one like him who, you know, supports the company, does YouTube videos with way more views than me, keep in mind, way more subscribers. You know, he's a big supporter. He brings in a lot of business, and they just give a big F you, flip off to him like, hey, we don't give a crap about you. You know, they need to accept criticism, accept the fact that they effed up with this bust. You know, and frankly, they should provide collectors replacements for these busts. Send us a whole new Kong upper body with the lip intact, or recall it. You know, they can't just like fix this. They have to completely redo it. You know, that has to be a new mold, in essence. You know, so of course Prime 1 will not do that, because that's going to cost them probably hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they're not willing to lose that. They would take a reputation hit versus, you know, spending money to correct an issue, you know. So, I mean, Prime 1 kicked me out of their Facebook group ages ago, and it is notorious for companies, not just them, but other companies, to kick collectors out if they ever post criticism. You know, it's extremely common in this industry. Sideshow booted me, PCS booted me. I think I've been booted out of every single official group. You know, they don't accept criticism or any negativity at all, and they just give you the boot. You know, so in my opinion, Prime 1 is still the best statue company out there. They are. But they're not the best bus company. They're one of the worst bus companies out there. So you know, I would say avoid Prime 1's busts, but their statues are stellar. I love their statues. Godzilla vs. Kong, freaking grail. And that's what Virtual Devil should have bought instead of these 2 busts. You know, this is far superior than the 2 busts. And I told him to buy this. He didn't listen. He says, no, I'll do the busts. I'm like, okay. You know, but yeah, Prime 1, it's best to stick to statues. Don't buy busts from them, and never post anything negative in their Facebook group if you want to remain in their Facebook group, because they'll just boot you. But yeah, it is unfortunate that this, you know, happened. I don't regret buying Kong Bust. If I, you know, knew all these issues prior to me paying, for it, I'd still buy it. Why? Because I still like the bust. I still think it's overall a good bust. It's not like my worst bust in my collection. And it looks really good in my display, and I wanted it to companion Godzilla bust. So I don't regret any of the statues in this display. I love this display as a whole. I don't regret it. I wish Prime 1 would be more upfront and tell people, like, hey, due to the angle of the tooth, we tested it and it cuts the silicone and looks really bad, so we have to cut the silicone to ensure no further damages. And give the collectors the option to cancel. That would have been a way better, approach than just giving a big F you to everyone. If you encounter this during production, please advise collectors, send out an email, post on Facebook, show pictures of the tooth and explain why this is like this. And then I think collectors would respect Prime 1 a lot more. They'd be like, you know what? I totally respect that you actually did this. You give me the option to cancel if I want to. And those collectors who don't agree with this can cancel and get their money back. So that is how they should have approached this matter. Unfortunately, I don't work for Prime 1. They're just a business. They really don't care about their customers, even though we support their livelihood. So it is what it is. But if you still have this on order, should you get it, that's up to you. I can't tell you or not. Like I said, I don't regret buying it. I still like it. I don't like that area. Don't like the eyelashes. I'm not paying to fix it like I know Virtual Devil's going to do. Besides, I don't know anyone that could fix it. I accept it for what it is. And in best case scenario, you display Kong Bust this angle, because then you never see the tooth. Like if he was up there and I had him facing this direction, I'll never see the tooth anyways. Anyways, folks, that's my 2 cents on the matter. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And have a great day.